Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the first Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle on my channel. Today I'm going to show you all a battle I had against my good friend Mikey. His in-game name is Okatsu, but I'm going to call him Mikey because it would be a little weird to call him Okatsu. He's a good friend of mine and I talk to him and I just call him Mikey, so yeah, that would be a little weird. So I lead with Greninja. I had been leading with Greninja for quite some time, so he probably knew that and led with Talonflame, but I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to switch into Landorus to get that Intimidate because if I stayed in with my Greninja, I would have been in trouble. So, obviously going to Intimidate that. I'm going to be able to take any hit like a champ. I mean, my Landorus is an Impish Landorus. I'm not even worried about this thing at all. So yeah, he goes for the Brave Bird here, and yeah, it doesn't really do much. But it still does a lot. It's kind of crazy. After the Intimidate and being Impish and all of that, it still does that much. Like, it shouldn't even move. But yeah, Talonflame is a scary Pokemon. He switches out because he probably predicted the Stone Edge or whatever. I could have gone for Earthquake and predicted this, but he has a Latios in the back, so I wasn't going to do that. So I go for the Rocks because he does have the Talonflame in the back. And I want to have those up because if he ever switches that in, then, you know, Talonflame is gone. I mean, Flying Fire, no, that's not going to happen. So I predict for him to go for the Ice Beam right here because that would have killed my Landorus right there. But instead, he goes for the Hydro Pump, which is okay. I guess he predicted that I was going to switch out, and even if I didn't switch out, it would have still done a lot of damage. So yeah, this is really bad because I don't resist the Hydro Pump. I would have resisted the Ice Beam, and then I could have gone for the Bullet Punch, but it didn't happen. So yeah, Metagross is just out of here. 26 HP, what is this thing going to do? Like, I can't switch anything into Greninja. Like, Greninja is terrible to counter. You can't really counter Greninja. They're talking about, like, banning Greninja, actually, from OU. And I don't know, I don't really want to talk about it right now because, yeah, I want to commentate the battle. I'm not going to talk about that. If you guys want to see a video about that or whatever, I can make one, but I don't know if you guys would care anyway. So this is an HP Fire Greninja, so I switch into Azumarill to Aqua Jet him, but then I think, wait, I think it'd be better to use Play Rough because maybe he switches into his Latios and takes the Aqua Jet like a champ. So I went for the Play Rough, predicting his Latios switch in, and Latios is dead. You know, later I thought, like, hey, that's an HP Fire Greninja, it's probably an X and Y Greninja, and then I remember that Mikey hasn't even finished Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so there's no way he could have a Gunk Shot Greninja. I mean, he could have one traded to him, but whatever. Anyway, he switches into Landorus and gets the Intimidate up, and my Azumarill is pretty much useless after the Intimidate. So I want to switch in my Landorus to his Landorus, but he switches his Bisharp before I even do that. I mean, this is all during the same turn, so I can't really do anything. I just see the Bisharp coming in, and I'm just scared because I know that I switched into Landorus. Yeah, the Intimidate, oh my god, it's terrible because he switches, like, after... You know, this happened all during the same turn, so I didn't know this was going to happen. Yeah, he gets the Defiant boost after the Intimidate. This was all, like, his plan, I guess. So I stay in because if I switch out, it would have been trouble. Like, I would have lost a couple of Pokemon to this thing, if not all my Pokemon. I can't really analyze that right now, but I stay in because I know that even after the Defiant boost, this thing isn't really going to do anything to my Landorus. I mean, it is going to do a lot to my Landorus, but it's not going to kill it, so I can kill it with the Earthquake, and I did. So yeah, that's out of here, and he switches in his Greninja now to Ice Beam me, or so I thought, because all the time I just think that this thing is going to Ice Beam me, but it turns out that it doesn't. I switch in my Greninja here. I feel like it's my best choice, but he goes for the Hydro Pump again, but he misses, so then I go for the Gunk Shot, turn into the Poison type, and then I miss. Then he goes for the Hydro Pump again. If he had hit that, I would have been in a lot of trouble, but he misses for a second time, and then I use Gunk Shot. I'm going to admit that I got kind of lucky there, because if he hadn't missed that Hydro Pump, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So he switches his Talonflame in here. I don't know if he forgot that I had the Rocks up or anything. I don't know why he did that, honestly. Because I think it would have been best for him to switch in his Heracross, but yeah, I don't know. I switch into Landorus here to get the Intimidate on the Talonflame, and then finish it up with Stone Edge. Even this Flare Blitz right here, I think he was trying to burn me for whatever reason, but it wouldn't have really made much of a difference at this range. He's like at 30% or whatever. Stone Edge would have killed this Talonflame right here anyway, so I'm not sure why he was trying to burn me here. He outspeeds me here again, obviously goes for the Flare Blitz again, but I'm going to completely take that like a champ, and it does nothing. I mean, he could have crit me right there. I don't know. I really don't know what the heck he was thinking, but I go for the Stone Edge right here, and it's done. I didn't get burnt. Nothing like that happened, and yeah. I believe he's going to switch into his Landorus now to intimidate my Landorus, and at that point my Landorus is really just worthless. I'm not even going to lie, it's just worthless. Well, what am I going to do after getting intimidated by this Landorus? I can't really touch this Landorus at all, so my best thing would be to send out my Greninja on it, but I'm not going to send out my Greninja knowing that this thing could probably use Earthquake or something, but he goes for the Stealth Rocks for whatever reason, like so late in the game, he goes for the Stealth Rocks, but I don't know, I guess I'm not going to really judge him. I guess he had his, I don't know why he did that. But I switched into my Magnezone to sack my Magnezone so I can switch in my Greninja safely. That way, you know, I wasn't gonna risk getting hit by the Earthquake. I mean, if I had switched my Greninja in right there, nothing would have really happened because he went for the Stealth Rock, so everything would have been fine anyway, but I didn't really want to risk it. So here, now that I switched into my Greninja, I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Even if he had switched into his Heracross would have died. His Heracross can't take 2 Ice Beams. Even Mega Heracross can't take 2 Ice Beams. So yeah, his best play was really to stay in, because then he would have lost his Heracross and his Landorus to Greninja. So yeah, that wouldn't have been good at all. So now he has his last Pokemon on the field, and he Mega Evolves. Now, I could have switched right here, but I really wasn't going to switch. I was like, okay, I have 3 other Pokemon in the back. I can just Ice Beam this guy and just get it over with. Actually, did I have 4 Pokemon in the back or 3? I don't know. It doesn't matter though. Here, since it's going to attack me now with the Pin Missile, Greninja's going to go down. Greninja can't really take a hit, especially like this guy. Mega Heracross, especially not a hit from Mega Heracross, and with Skill Link and everything, yeah, I wasn't going to take a hit from that thing. So yeah, Latias comes in, uses Psyshock, and that's game. And I'm sure you guys knew that already. I said it before it even happened, but it's completely obvious that I was going to do that, so yeah. But, oh my lord, I'm not gonna lie, him missing the Hydro Pump with his Greninja changed things quite a bit. But there's really no point in going back and analyzing it now. It happened, so yeah. Look forward to more Wi-Fi battles in the future. Make sure to click like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.